Most recognized morning news personalities.
The Morning News with Gord Gillies and Sue DL on 770 CHQR. Brought to you by CCI Wireless.
Our jobs are fleeing this country. They're going to Mexico. They're going to China. I will stop that. If Hillary knew how, she would have done it already, period. End of story. I won the debate. I stayed calm, just like I promised, and it is over. Good night, Hofstra.
So our next guest is going to have to interview that Donald Trump, a version of it perhaps. Andrew Phung is going to be involved with the big production coming up at the Owen Hart Foundation. Alec Baldwin, the big guest. That, of course, is Alec Baldwin playing Trump. And good morning again to Andrew. Hello.
Good morning.
So when you hear that, and you know it's Alec Baldwin, is this like you're a kid before Christmas, or are you a little nervous lad before Christmas?
It comes in waves. I'm excited right away. They reached out. I'm like, yes, I would. Yes, I'd be so excited to do it. I'm so happy to do it. And then it sets in maybe a day later, like, oh, no, I have to interview Alec Baldwin. What am I going to say? Am I going to be a stuttering mess? So I'm just really excited. It's a new and exciting challenge to interact with someone who is such a breadth of work, like such amazing work over the years, and work that spans so many genres. It's been so diverse. Yeah.
Like serious actor,
everything.
Hilarious comedic actor, one of the Baldwin boys, good-looking lad rolling on in.
Drama in the in the tabloids too. So there's been everything over the years,
and still relevant. So to have right now, he's got a talk show. Right, and then he pops up in movies all the time. Like I was watching the new Mission Impossible over the summer, and I'm like, oh, Alec Baldwin's in this. Yeah, he is. I'm like, where does he find the time? So I'm so excited that he's coming out to Calgary to sit down for an interview to support such a great cause. And from the interactions I've had with him, he just wants it to be an intimate evening with the audience.
So let's talk about that, because I remember Dave Kelly blogged or put it out on Facebook when he had to do Ellen, and how you kind of phoned handlers ahead of time and got a little briefing on what you could or couldn't do, and that's been the experience he's had with other guests. What's been the experience like with his people?
It's been really direct. It's been really like, hey, what do you want me to do? I want you to come out and do a little bit of comedy and then interview Alec, and that's it. I'm
okay.
Okay. And so I it's been very direct. It's been this is what it's going to be. And so I'm a little bit nervous and excited about that, because there are really no parameters, and it's more of just have an interview with him. And so I'm like, okay. All right, we're going to do this. So now it's more of I think about what the Calgary audience wants from this interaction.
So it's a Q&A format, just the two of you sitting up on the stage, kind of talking and chatting back and forth.
Two of us riffing on stuff.
Love it.
One of my favorites has been my co-star of Kim's Convenience, Jean Yoon, tweeted out, and she said, I want you and Alec to do a little improvised Kim Jong-un, Donald Trump scene. And so if you're at home and you don't know what I look like,
wow.
If you look up Andrew Phung, you'd be like, yeah, he could. It's a possibility. In this day and age, it's been funny because SNL hasn't had a Kim Jong-un character yet, so I find that
this could open doors, my friend, even more.
It might. I'm excited that Calgary gets to have this special moment.
You don't need doors open for you right now. Things are going such great guns for you. I mean, first of all, more congratulations on Kim's Convenience.
Thank you.
And how has that changed your life?
It's changed my life in such better ways. Obviously I work now,
which is always
great.
Yeah.
But the truth is, I worked in Calgary because the city was so good to me to help me give me a career. But the bigger thing is two things. One, we're telling stories that haven't existed before in the media, and it means a lot to people. So going out to the U.S., being a hit in Korea, being a hit in Europe now means so much. Having people come up on the street telling me, we watched the show as a family. It's a throwback to when families would sit down and watch television together. And I love that. And I love hearing that. They binged the show together. They watched it 2 or 3 times. When there are going to be more episodes. So for me, it's changed my life in such a positive way.
And we forget that it's gone international, because it's been a hit here from the get-go, and it's a hit in a lot of different places.
Yeah.
Any surprise you?
Having people tweet and comment from different countries has been amazing. And every summer in Toronto, they do the Kim's Convenience fans are called the Kimbits. And they did a Kimbits, they do a Kimbits summer gathering. We call it, like Summer Con. They come down to an improv show of mine in Toronto. This summer, there was people that came out from Houston and New York.
Wow.
They came to Toronto to this Kimbit convention to see us.
Yeah.
And I'm blown away by that fact. And they are so excited. And our fans are so welcoming. And so it has been so exciting to see it kind of happen in all these other countries. And right now in Korea, seeing my Instagram tagged in Korean. And so I have to translate what's being written. And it means so much because they're watching the show, looking at it and saying, this is Canadian culture. And I love that it's not just Asian culture, Korean culture, it's Canadian culture.
And maybe inspiring the next generation to go, hey, I can do this too. I can be anything that I want to be, right?
Especially for creators, writers, performers. I love when young actors and performers reach out and they're like, what can I do? And I get to tell them my story. I'm like, find your local improv company, show up, never leave.
Talk about Loose Moose, a big weekend coming up, superstars of the game, including yourself. I mean, what is it about Dennis and this little group he's fostered all these years?
Dennis Kael is artistic director, founding member of Loose Moose Theatre Company. He has been a father figure and a role model for so many performers over the years. We often joke about it. He just doesn't like it. He's just like, don't call me your dad. But he really is. And it's a place where you fail. It's a place where you could show up, where you could fail, where you could try new things out, and they'll take care of you. And I remember Loose Moose Theatre is a place that puts you in shows where no other theater company will. I got to do a show there when I was 16. No money involved, no barriers. And I look at a person, sometimes people joke, you're an Asian comedian that came out of Calgary, right? Which is kind of against the curve. But I say it's because Loose Moose, because there's no barriers to entry. I got to show up there, eat popcorn, drink soda and juice, and they put you up on stage. And if you sucked, the next night they would make you go back out and try it again.
I love
and they
that.
encourage you for it.
You didn't die well enough for us. We want you to do it again.
Out. And I love that about Calgary. So I tell every young performer, if they're interested, try improv comedy, because it's such a giving and loving and inclusive place.
You got such a great vibe. It's always great chatting with you. Good luck with Alec.
Thank you.
Have fun this weekend with the superstars of the improv game, and continued success with Kim's Convenience.
Thank you so much, and thank you to you and everyone in Calgary who's been supporting me along the way this whole ride.
Yes, he's here and he's ready to take on Trump. Andrew Phung.
Come see the best-selling concrete condos west